Joshua.
Joshua.
We are back for one of our newest segments. For now, we are calling this Demon Time.
And nobody belongs on this list more than who we are about to say now. And that man is none other
Then,
than
Acnologia.
Agnologia, the Demon King, the Dragon King, sorry. Dragon King, the fucking.
Same fucking difference. This man is a menace. Alright, so
Listen,
when your goal.
when your literal entire goal is mass genocide, I think you deserve number one on our list. So there's a lot of people that could have made our first spot on this list, but we didn't want to be too repetitive. You know, everybody knows the big names like Madara and Aizen, and
They'll come later.
those will come in time. But I wanted to think a little outside the box, and I have seen a lot of people put respect on this man's name
So we are here
to do
to put
exactly
some
that.
respect on this nigga's name.
Because let me tell you what, Agna fucking Logia is not to be trifled with.
At all.
Literally, let's start. If we're just gonna go in, well, let's just say this: if you have not watched and completed the entirety of the Fairy Tale series, there will be spoilers.
So many spoilers.
Lots of spoilers. So if you don't want that, you should probably avoid a lot of this video. Because right out the gate, we're just gonna go in chronological order. 400 years ago, before the series even started.
Yeah, this happened in a flashback. This man.
This man's goal begins.
He was.
He is the main man, basically solely responsible for ending the Great Dragon era. This man took it upon himself to go out there and kill every single dragon he could find. And I mean every
All of them.
single one. He was out here one-shotting dragons. He was out here taking 3 dragons on at once. This man was no different dragons left and right and left and right.
And to give you a point of perspective, before he became a real demon, he was learning Dragon Slayer magic, and his dragon turned on him. He was a doctor. This will come into play later because this nigga's smart as hell too. He was a doctor, and then he became a dragon slayer because he felt betrayed. He had one friend in the entire world, and that friend was a dragon, and he turned on this man, and then he vowed to kill every dragon in existence. So that is that is feat number one. He ended an era.
Before the series even began,
So
this man was already
in the
at work.
circles on bullshit.
First time we hear mention of this man's name is from the strongest member in the Fairy Tale Guild. He's on par with that of the Wizard Saints. They have to split a city for this man when he comes in, and that's Gildarts. Fucking Gildarts comes in and says, "Yeah, this black dragon came out of nowhere, and he fucking took my arm off. Like if you come across him, do
Run
not
away.
fight him.
Run
Run
away.
away." And if somebody as strong as Gildarts is telling you that, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Gildarts is out here one-shotting people like it's nothing.
Period. He's
Like
the strongest member of Parnon, and
he is the
Fairy
strongest
Tail
member of
Guild.
Fairy Tale easily. Like this
He
man.
rivals the 10 Wizard Saints.
There's a reason that when Makarov wanted to retire, he wanted Gildarts to take his spot. But again, responsibility. Gildarts not his thing. So moving on though, that's just that's not much of a feat. That's just the first mention of some him being strong. But we get to a real feat when next time he comes around. And that's Tenro Island. He senses the power of Grimoire Hearts and Fairy Tale duking it out on Tenro Island, and he makes his way.
Soon as they get done, this is another.
Soon as they get done scrapping.
Soon as they get done scrapping, bro, he popped up.
Agnologia pops up on him. Hello.
How you doing?
Anyway, they throw everything they've got at this man, and it does absolutely nothing.
He eats dragon, all magic.
If it was not for Mavis's fairy sphere, they would have all been killed at that moment. Fairy Tale would have been over. The series would have been over. it would have been it.
And that's the first time he popped up.
That's the first time he actually even
That's
makes
the
an
first time
appearance
you
on the
actually
show.
see that nigga.
And
Period.
he would have ended the series there.
So he blows up Tenro with all of them.
He literally is the reason for the 7-year time skip.
Yeah.
So
so yeah.
That's impressive. And then he doesn't show up again until the end of the very next season, which is the Tartaros arc. Mm-hmm. He pops up at the end and dukes it out with our boy Igneal. And fucking this shit, this was sad. This shit was sad, but this shit was wild. This man fought Fire Dragon King Igneal and took that man's arm smooth off.
Smooth the fuck off.
Right in front of Natsu.
Every time he sees a dragon, he just be all
He'd be on the instant, I'm fucking murking people. But no, it was again, he was attracted by all the magic power of Fairy Tail fighting Tartaros. Mm-hmm. And he pops up and
the Dragon King.
Because the fucking the dragons popped up and started taking out. They had to help them take out all the face projects. So he sensed all this magic power from the guilds fighting, and then the dragons popping up. So obviously he was bound to make an appearance here.
Had to.
Kills Igneal, fucking makes a big spectacle. That was just. And that, again, Fire Dragon King Igneal. This man was known throughout the world during the Dragon times. And Igneal and fucking Acnologia no diffed him, basically. I mean, they scrapped for a little bit off screen, but when it came down to it.
The last fight, he no diffed everybody.
Yeah, when they came down to it, he murked him. That shit was over. This is another pure statement of why he deserves to be on this list. Zareth, one of the main villains in the series,
the black wizard Zareth
that everybody is terrified of.
Run away from him as soon as you see him.
His entire goal is based on his fear of Acnologia. He wanted to go back in time to prevent Acnologia from ever becoming what it is he became.
Yes,
that's how terrified. Like the man who is said to literally basically can't die. Is terrified.
Immortal. It's like I'm not fucking
terrified of Acnologia. He's like, yeah, I can't die. I'm terrified of him just ripping me to pieces over and over and over and over and over again. You get the point. This man is a menace like that. He will do it. We will get to that later. He will do some shit like that. Do not put it past him.
The fact that
up next, where this is where he comes into big plays during the final season. This man pulls up on God Serena, who just finished absolutely mopping up the 4 Wizard Saints. Current 4 Wizard Saints, strongest wizards on the continent. God Serena wipes them all by himself. He's on his way out the door. Acnologia walks up. It smells like bitch in here. And proceeds to one-shot God Serena as he's just casually walking by him. Whoosh! And he just keeps walking. Doesn't pay attention to any of the other 6 wizards around him.
And they
takes out the one God Serena, walks away. As one of them turns around to do something, August, the king, the literal son of fucking Zareth and Mavis, that should never have happened. Strongest wizard possibly we've seen in the entire series. Yeah. Knew damn near everything. And this man stopped him and was like, yeah. Didn't even have to say anything. He just gave him that look like you don't want to fight him. This is not the time for this. He's putting the fear in niggas' soul.
The fear of God into these niggas, bro.
But that brings us to one of the main reasons that this man made this list. He is the definition of I will strike fear into your fucking heart. This is the reason why his hatred of dragon comes to a fucking peak. This man walks up to Irene's dead body, looks at that shit, and just starts stomping her corpse out.
What, bro? What
and
the fuck is
proceeds to just laugh while he's stomping a corpse out. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Meanwhile, Urza and Wendy are just standing behind him in absolute fear. They don't even know what to do. But of them being the good people that they are, obviously, Urza fucking screams, stop, stop! And immediately regrets her decision. He fucking stops and turns around and is preparing to just absolutely strike these two women down with no hesitation.
Bro, he hit her with the Cat Williams, black people beating your kids, and the white people told him stop. Bitch, you're next.
Yeah, he turns around. He said, "Oh." Didn't even have to say anything, but turns around, bitch, you're next.
You're next.
And luckily, this leads us right into our next one. Luckily, Jalal comes in at this time and smacks him with some light magic. But little, that does absolutely nothing. He has to remind them that I am
the arcane dragon of the apocalypse. I eat all magic.
Devourer of all everything. Magic. I don't care if it's light magic, dark magic, fire magic, water magic. I'm eating all of that shit. So literally, no, that just brings us into this. Jalal starts spamming him with attacks. He's eating all that shit. Literally, everybody at this point, everybody pulls up on this spam. They pull up with the, I forget what the name of the ship is called from the fucking other guild, but Lucy's this,
Blue
predecessor, the Blue Pegasus guild peoples. Yeah, but Lucy's predecessor comes in with a giant ship. They have guilds here, Jalal's here, fucking fairy tales here, and they are literally throwing everything that they have at this man. And he is brushing it off and just eating it all like it's
like a bowl of motherfucker eat you out.
Proceeds to slam all of them, no difficulty. In this midst of attacks, he's casually splitting the sea with his fucking breath attacks.
Yeah.
This shit is wild. He's an absolute menace. Which just brings us into one of the craziest feats I think in the entire series.
Possibly.
Their goal, their only idea to take out Acnologia was we will trap him in a pocket dimension, a rift in time. And they succeed in getting Acnologia into said time rift. However, they failed in calculating one very, very important thing. This pocket dimension is made out of magic.
Time magic.
So what does he do? He just proceeds to eat his way out of a fucking pocket dimension.
Bro, and this nigga's laugh and his arm.
Yeah, he creates a little crack in the sky from eating through this dimension. Shoves his fucking arm through it and just laughs. Ha, you thought you were gonna trap me in here? I just ate all of this shit. You have no idea how strong you just
That was the yummiest meal I ever had.
He ate so much he had so much magic power in him after eating this time rift. He was his consciousness was split into two. He was spirit and his body. So his dragon body was out in the world just destroying everything on instinct. Yeah. Meanwhile, his soul body was inside said pocket dimension, and where he gathered all of the dragon slayers who were in different locations.
Way different locations.
Different locations on this continent.
All over the map.
He sucked them up into this pocket dimension from different locations.
And said, we about to.
And it was like, yeah, we about to throw these hands. He's like, I'm gonna keep you guys here to maintain the balance in this dimension so I can go out there and destroy fucking everything. Because that's what I feel like doing. Because I'm a fucking asshole.
Period.
And that leads us into our biggest. This man fights the entire world as a flesh instinct-driven dragon.
Yep, and the 7 dragon slayers.
While simultaneously fighting the 7 dragon slayers in this pocket dimension
at the same
time.
If y'all don't understand, if y'all haven't seen up to this part, this is like Eisen fighting the fucking whole Soul Society, or
this man's fighting the dragon on his instincts is fighting guilds and guilds of wizards,
destroying.
Meanwhile, his soul is basically fighting 7 of the strongest fucking magicians.
People who could kill dragons.
The only 7 people in the entire world who could take on dragons. He's fighting all of them.
And he brought
at
them
the same
straight
time
to him and said, "Give me all that fucking smoke." There's nothing more badass.
Yeah, and as we said, his dragon form is literally destroying cities and islands on whims.
On whims, bro. Clouded.
Casually flaps of his wings, causing tsunamis and blowing up city blocks.
And then the worst part is when they finally got the idea to beat him. Lucy got the fairies for idea. They went to the library. He blew that bitch up on instinct, laughed about it, and then blew all the ships up
On instinct and laughed
and laughed again.
Like,
I'm like, bro,
they're putting up weaknesses against him, and he's just casually blowing them down on pure instincts.
Meanwhile, the Dragon Slayers are spamming all the named
Yeah,
attacks.
the 7 Dragon Slayers are spamming all of their roars, all of their special attacks, and he's not even moving from the one spot he's standing in. His laugh is strong enough to blast them away.
At one point, this nigga screamed, "Ha!"
and blew all 7 of them boys
all
away.
Of them away.
Literally, the only reason that the 7 Dragon Slayers were even able to beat him was because of the fact that they were able to paralyze him long enough with Fairy Spear to hold him in place for Natsu to get a clean hit from this man.
On water where he was getting motion sick. So he got debuffed. Natsu sucked
and
everybody's magic on the spirit.
I just want to end the major feast with this by saying, as this man is fading into non-existence, dying, literally just, fading into nothingness.
Yes.
The only things that he can say is more blood, more destruction,
more carnage.
The only thing he can think about is death and destruction. So I'm sorry, if you haven't watched Fairy Tail, it should be on your list. Not only is this one of my favorite animes of all time, Acnologia is downright one of the most terrifying people in anime history. This man is not there's a reason Zeref was fucking terrified. He had a right to be. Think about, this is the scenario that Zeref put in his head. After Acnologia destroys the entire world and nobody's left, I'm gonna be the only thing left, and I'm gonna be immortal. So what's he gonna do? He's just gonna sit here and rip me apart over and over and over and over and over and over again until he gets bored of it, and then he'll come back when he's bored again, and he'll do it all over again. So this man fits demon time. This man fits being a menace to society. This man is just terrifying. There is no other word to describe it. He is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, this nigga real life put chills.
There are some anime villains that you just never ever would ever want to come in contact with, and he is one of them.
He is definitely one of them. If you get dropped into the Fairy Tail verse, if you hear the name Acnologia,
you are going the opposite direction.
I need you to cut the fuck out as fast as you can and pray that he don't catch you. Hide all your magic. Hide everything.
At least with people like Madara or Aizen, they could kill you like that. They wouldn't even be bothered with you. You'd be dead. But no, Acnologia, this man be on the destruction blood bullshit. He'd be like, I have a little bit of free time to kill. What am I gonna do to you?
I'll stomp your leg and break it off and watch you try to crawl away.
And then after I'm done killing you, I'll stomp your corpse out in front of your friends.
And then when they say no,
I'm gonna kill them too.
Next. So with that being said, this is our first entry. We hope you like it.
Put some respect on my man Acnologia's name.
Yes, sir.
He is a menace, and the Fairy Tail verse is actually a lot stronger than a lot of people give them credit for. Again, keep in mind, he ate through a fucking pocket dimension.
A time rift. That's a fucking feat.
And ended a dragon age, which is also a feat.
Yep.
So respect on my man's name. Acnologia deserved to be our first entry on this list, and I will stick by that.
Committed an entire genocide by himself. In a flashback.
They said it didn't even deserve to be in the actual series. That bitch is getting flashbacks.
That's how strong
the dragon race got off-screened by Acnologia. Have
And
that as you will.
demon time.
But
Demon
this has
time.
been Demon Time, Acnologia entry number 1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Click that like and noti bell for all the notifications, and we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Thank you.
Peace.